And I cannot commit suicide. That is the problem. Oh yeah, Kamlesh, you getting me? See, there is only light, but I blocks that light. Now I wants that light. I has to disappear. Even I tries to disappear. That is why the need of a master, the need of a guru. In Sufism and in all the Indian tradition, especially saints sing a song of the master all the time. When we begin our retreat, our camp, there is a prayer, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Sakshat Maheshwara. Guru is this whole universe, Brahma, whatsoever manifest. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. And Guru is that who takes care of the whole thing. Guru Deva Maheshwara, and Guru is that which destroys everything, finishes everything. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Par Brahma. Now this Par Brahma, Guru is Sakshat, means literally. Par Brahma even transcendental than this whole Brahma. He is even beyond God, above God. Guru Sakshat Par Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama. Because he is Sakshat, he is literally that. That is why I bow down to him. Without a master is not possible. A teaching cannot do. I declare it. You have thousands of teaching. Teaching does not work. The presence of the master works. The concern of the disciple works. The urge, the longing. If there is no urge, there is no longing. प्रेम चैतन्य जी, आप बताइए, गुरु के बिना होता क्या? Possible? नहीं है possible. You cannot cross, you cannot transcend yourself on your own. But we, please don't mind, please forgive me on the very first hand if I say something little bitter. Don't take it personally. Edo, please don't take it. Okay. Thank you very much. This Western thinking is totally different than the Eastern thinking. The Western mind thinks that everything can be purchased. We can have anything, even moksha, enlightenment. And the real guru, the real master will not promise you anything. If somebody is, just remember, take the clue. I will not charge for it, okay? Giving you free. If some master, some teacher promise you something, he has delivered to you nothing. So it cannot happen without a master. That is also true. You want to ask something?
But it's a strange paradox that the three biggest masters this century didn't have a master. Like Osho, Krishnamurti, and Ramana.
Yeah. How do you know? How do you know?
I didn't find it in glimpses of a golden childhood. And only the mountain was Ramana's.
They don't have master, but they are disciples.
Okay.
Rare disciples. Learning from anywhere. That is why in the morning I was saying that as I see things, master is not important. Here I am saying without master it cannot happen. But with master it can happen if there is no disciple. Who is the taker? Disciple is the taker. But if there is no taker, who is going to give it? And there is nothing to take, there is nothing to give. That is the contradiction. But what is really there, the taker takes it, the giver gives it. It is like that. A master has nothing to give, a disciple has nothing to take, the still master gives it and still the disciples take it. It is not 2 plus 2, 4. It is 2 plus 2, 7. Or maybe 3. The presence of the master and the longing of the disciple, the true disciple. They are true disciples. And you cannot say that they don't have master. Basically, they are appointed ones. Like I am sitting before you, I am not appointed one. I am appointed by my master in this life. Now Osho is appointed by, can you say, okay, let us say God. He is directly appointed. You understand? And he has to accomplish some work. He accomplished it and went back laughingly. He was here to accomplish. And how much papad he has made in his past lives. You cannot. There is a saying in India कि बहुत पापड़ बेलने पड़ते हैं. You eat papad here? You know papad? They are made with some wooden things. Means it is a hard work. So how much hard work they have done in their past lives? Who knows? If you think that by reading books, listening to teachings, you will arrive. No, you can begin. You can begin. You can start your journey. And if your journey really moves in the right direction and you become more and more discontented, the master will appear. And the beauty is, you cannot find a master. A master finds you. I said it before that it is a law. When there is a demand, there is a supply. When the disciple is ripe and needs help, it is provided to him. That is why I emphasize that disciple is more important than the master. That is why in the morning I was saying, just learn how to be a disciple, a genuine disciple. People, I am working since 74, conducting meditation camps. I meet many people. Immediately they start, especially Indian people, they have the habit of touching the feet. Nothing is wrong, but nothing is great also. Wajah? Because they touch feet out of habit. You should touch feet when you are compelled to touch the feet. When you cannot help it, you have to touch. When this kind of thing happens and then you touch the feet, you nourish the one you are touching the feet. So it has become habit. Soon it can be with the Westerns also. In many varieties already. It is taught that you should touch the feet of a master or guru. No. When you really feel like, then don't stop yourself at all. Don't hold back then. Otherwise, there is no need. Though this is the most significant moment in your life, most nourishing, most beautiful, extraordinary. But it should not happen through a habit, through a mind thing. It should be a heart thing. In India, when you wear certain kind of clothes or you have a certain kind of look, people touch your feet. But touching feet is one thing. And if you really mean it, then it is something else. But they don't mean it. People, when touch my feet and don't mean it, I am really pissed out. Oh yeah?
Pissed off.
Okay, pissed off. So it is proved that I don't know English. So, be a light on yourself. It is when you arrive. But you can start. At least you can start. And when you start, you will be meeting with the help. It will be coming to you and you will be surprised. It may be someday you are just reading a newspaper and there is a message for you. The message will be delivered. The thing will be delivered to you. You will get your email. Wherever you are, no problem. Something? Then
Is there a difference between the path of love and the path of meditation?
pardon?
Is there a difference between the path of love and the path of meditation?
Yeah, it is different because there is a difference between man and a woman. Man is man, woman is woman.
I ask because when Swami told me that the path of love and the path of meditation, he would have to choose which one to take.
You cannot choose, the path will choose you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Ultimately, when one arrives, the path is gone. There is no path. And there are both love and meditation. Both are a one coin, two sides of the same coin. If you go deep inside you, in your true nature, neither you are a woman nor you are a man. In manifestation, the law of duality works. Everything is male, female. Everything. A woman is a man also, a man is a woman also. Degree less or more. And in India, people went very subtle. They discovered Namaskar. Now this is a one posture. In this posture, the male female in you meets. You are two. You become one. At least for a moment you are silent. You become one circle, one whole. It is a gesture. When you meet, these two hands are meeting. The yin and yang, the male and female energy are meeting for a single moment. And when there is a meeting, if you can notice the feeling of a surrender, of gratitude, of love, of affection is also there. And you are most powerful but having no power in a different sense. You become the all. You become one. When this thing happens totally and finally inside, you are in a namaskar posture all the time. Not from outside but from within. This namaskar, this surrender state, the devotional state is just there. It is there. That is why when we go to a master, we bow down to him. And then there is a next thing. We bow down, we sleep, prostrate, we touch his feet, and we put our head in his feet. Now the head is a receiving center also. The fingers are giving centers of the feet, of the hand. Energy is releasing all the time. If you photograph, you can see it. A disciple is asking for the blessing. A master is nothing but blessing. Master has not to give blessing. He is a blessing. Just being near with him, in his presence, if someone is lucky, he is blessed one. When the I disappears, only there is a blessing. प्रेम भारती शांत हो गए। या तो ध्यान शुरू करें।
Swamiji, while meditating the dynamics, especially in the fourth step and the stop stage, I feel like to keep my hands up in the air, but I couldn't do it. Though my feeling is that I should remain still for 15 minutes,
Yes.
but I couldn't do it.
So nobody is going to punish you.
No, actually,
Hmm.
thing is that the energy flow uh, between these two options, the energy goes on the other side. It becomes more stronger than what is to be done.
Don't be so serious. It is not a big deal. Though that is the stage of to have little will, that if your hand is up here, then keep it here. But if it comes down, let it come down. No problem. If you can, then it's okay. Anything? Nobody asks anything about meditation.
In the morning, you were talking about the
Straight.
working of the different centers.
Ah.
Can you just explain?
Yeah, we have different centers. A man has different center. The first one is instinctive. The second one is moving. The third one is emotional. The fourth one is intellectual center. There is one more fifth center also, the sixth center. Now these centers have their own work to do. But they don't work properly. They disturb each other works. They try to dominate, they try to fetch the energy from the other centers. That is why a man is not harmonious. His behavior, his living is not harmonious. It is disturbed. It is disturbed. It is confused. It has no clarity. It has no smoothness. All the time there is a struggle. There is a confusion. There is a conflict. Basically, this is born because of not proper working of the centers. How to put them together, how to harmonize them, we are doing for that, but indirectly, not directly. Because when you want to do something, it creates more problem. Here you can understand me a little bit. I don't teach a thing that you do this, not even a thing. I don't tell anybody do this meditation. No. Because when you are a doer, things will go wrong. If you just allow, things will be different because then you are not the doer. You are coming to me since 5, 6 years, 7 years. Have I ever told you, do dynamic, do Nada Brahma, do this, do that? No, because I don't believe in doing. I'm not against meditation. If I am against meditation, then I would not do this camp for 40 days. Here we do dynamic, Kundalini, Nataraj, Nada Brahma, everything we do. I'm not against anything. But I have learned through experience that when you become doer, you create more and more confusion, more and more question, more and more problem. You don't arrive anywhere. But you saw a transformation happening in you in these 7 years, doing just nothing. You saw. That is why you are the one who wants me to make a commune, so that you should be having more nourishment. He is behind me all the time. Swamiji, make a ashram, make a commune. Can't we do this way? Can't we do that way? I say, okay, find a land. Then he goes and meets many people, comes back. Then I say, no, this is not good. Then he starts anew. How to put center together? You can read books and try yourself. You can read books about chakras, about this, about that, and then you do this, you do that, chakra healing, this and that. And through experience, I see these things are not working. Then I try to penetrate what works. And Osho has said himself that when I left my body, you will be doing dynamic and it is a dead technique. Have you heard that? How many people have heard that? He has said, technique will not work. It will be a dead technique. Because a technique does not work. Technique is an excuse. It is a device. It is the presence of the master work. Because you cannot remain unoccupied. It is a great, great, great learning. In the past, in the Gurukul time, Gurukul means a family of the master, maybe in the jungle, maybe on the hill, maybe somewhere far away. Few disciples with a master just being together. And a moment comes, maybe after 10 years, maybe 15 years, maybe 20 years, maybe 30 years. When disciple is just really unoccupied, totally unoccupied, became totally empty, master will call him and will tell him, you are that, and the story is finished. He becomes enlightened. But in these years, he learns how to be unoccupied. Meditation means what? No occupation. What is the definition of a meditation? If you ask me, a unoccupied state of being. An unoccupied state of being. You agree, Swamiji? Prem Chaitanya ji?
Yes.
That is meditation. You are just unoccupied. You just are. That's all. And I have a very beautiful story to relate. Osho told this story many times, and each time in a new context. The same story. Totally new context. There was a disciple, his name was Baizid. Later on, he was a great Sufi master. He went to his master. He bowed down to him, requested him to accept. Master accepted him. Master told him, okay, sit. And he sat down. So with the other disciple, Bayezid also used to sit with the master. And master sometime talking, sometime not talking, sometime answering the question of disciples. But Bayezid just sit, listen with closed eyes and be there. That's all. He never asks a question to the master, but sits there. 3 years passed. Master never looked at him in these 3 years. As if he is not there at all. After 3 years, Master looked at him once, a little attention. He was so happy, dancing, blissed out, that today Master found worthy of giving a look. He was dancing madly. 3 years again passed. Again, Master never paid any attention. Master gave him a little smile. You cannot imagine the joy of Bayezid. No question, no answer. What to do, what not to do. How I can be spontaneous? No. Nothing of the sort. Whether I can keep my hand here or here, nothing of the sort. Master gave him a little smile. He was totally joyous, dancing, happy. Again 3 years passed. Tremendous joy, tremendous happiness, tremendous grateful, weeping like anything. Again 3 years passed. After 12th year, Master comes, keep his hand on the shoulder and tells Bayezid, Bayezid, now you go and share. Go and share. That's all. Story is over. This much is the story. And it is a real story. It is not a story. It is a factual thing. In 12 years, sitting with a master, he got it. Bring no dynamic, no control. Why? That is why I say patience, my dear. No friend come to meet me in my hut. What to do, how to do, this to do, what will happen when I go home, what is the thing. Natural. Mind is so much polluted, so much suppressed, so much conditioned, so much distorted. So much harm has to be done to human beings. One cannot help. But these kind of things happens in patience. Master is patient. Master is nothing, just availability, just a presence. Doors are open. Breeze is blowing. A disciple has to be ready. That's all. And it takes time. And in this time, the trust of a disciple and the love of a master works somewhere. If this is there, nothing more to do. Because There is no trust. That is why there is a need to do this, do that, do this, do that. So intensely. ध्यान देव, कुछ पूछो भाई, उसको देना। थोड़ा आगे ही आ जाओ, इतना दूर क्यों बैठे हो पाकिस्तान में?
Hello?
Hmm.
Swamiji, I have a question about the path of witnessing
Hmm.
and self-remembrance.
Hmm.
I constantly have a confusion about the two.
Means?
Like a technique like remembering I amness
Hmm.
is quite different from something like Vipassana.
Yeah.
So, do the two meet somewhere? Do they have a connection? Or are they completely different?
How do you vipassana? What do you do in vipassana? When you do vipassana, what do you do?
In Vipassana, one is watching the breath, the body sensations,
Hmm.
and
Thought.
neither attachment nor aversion towards them.
But when you are watching, you are the watcher. The watcher is forgotten. The observer is forgotten. Observer is somewhere else. Watching the breath, watching the sensation, watching the thought, watching the feeling, remaining indifferent, not taking the delivery, not saying that this is good or this is bad, this should be and this should not be, not getting attached, okay. But he is on the other. The observer is observing something, isn't it? Self remembering is when the observer is observed. When you remember the very observer, and the result will be witnessing, the fruit will be witnessing. If this happens, if you can remain in this state, then there will be a passive witnessing whatsoever is. It will become like a diya. You see the diya is burning here, we call it diya. This earthen lamp. Keep it here, just bring it here. Keep it here, slowly. Now, then attention is like this diya. The consciousness is like this, not going anywhere and everywhere. When you are watching the thoughts or the sensation, the attention is like a torch, going somewhere, focused. Now the sensation is happening in the toe. The torch has to go there, the attention has to go there, isn't it? Wherever, one has to be very focused, concentrated. Vipassana is a technique of concentration. What you are talking. Maybe Osho Vipassana is a little different. The Vipassana you are talking is observation, right? Like you look like this. When you look like this inside through attention, you are going to be tense, isn't it? You will be very tense. And soon you will be tired when you are doing like this. Soon you will be tired because you will be exhausted. You are exhausting your energy. You are using energy. You are consuming energy. The energy will go. But when you are just sitting relaxedly, not goring, you are not losing anything. Now, this is not losing anything. When consciousness, your state of attention is like that, just relaxed, just being, not doing anything. It starts just doing something. Painful, tense, going somewhere, attacking somewhere, wants to penetrate, wants to know. In this, you become a doer. Vipassana is a technique of doership. Vipassana people are great doer than the Azizi people. At least they are only sitting straight. That's all. Huh? But relax. Deep down, not much focusing or observing. They keep the attention here. State of presence, because the presence can be felt in this area. So they keep their attention here. But soon, many people feel that it has become tight, heavy. Then they have to come to the heart. They breathe a little, they go to the belly, and they relax themselves. Meditation is this. Becoming like a diya, like a lamp. Not doing anything, just being. Not going anywhere and you are everywhere. Now, when light goes somewhere, it leaves many dimensions in the dark, like torch, isn't it? Maybe it is watching 5 degree and the rest 355 is just no light. When you are in this state, you may not be knowing something, and there is no need to know. But everything is just lighted. Your whole being is lighted. What is the need to know? What you want to know? You are the very capacity of knowing, of being. You just are. So now you are asking about self-remembering and the witnessing, right? No, Vipassana. So Vipassana is a technique of observation. Self-remembering is a technique of self-observation. Now, in self-observation, it does not mean that you are watching thoughts or sensation. You are watching the very self. You are attentive to the very self. You are at home, at I am. But in the beginning, you will find it difficult. So it is just opposite. But when it happens, then a state of witnessing happens automatically. You are cool, things are happening, thoughts are coming, thoughts are going, you are not paying any attention, you are not observing, but still they are known to you. You just witness without any attitude. Witnessing is your very nature, the nature of your being, the very nature of the beingness. When there is a hona, when there is a isness, there is a knowing, and that knowing is called witnessing. Everybody is witnessing everything in a different sense. When you are walking, you are witnessing. When you look at sea, you are witnessing. Now you are Listening to me, you are witnessing. You understand? Witnessing in that sense is not something special. But then you have a natural being state where witnessing is the very quality. Then there is no involvement. When you get involved, there is a how to get out of it. You ask a question, how, what to do, how to do. Don't get involved. Either you involve positively, identify, or you don't like it and would like to run away from it. In both the case, you are having some attitude, you are doing something. Either you are running towards it or you are running from it. No, just stand still, just be. Even there is no need to be tight, stand still. Just be. And there is a witnessing state. Still something.
When you're talking about witnessing just now, it is the same as self-remembrance.
Now, self-remembrance, if it has happened, because there is self-forgetfulness. So first one has to remember. But when the remembering is there as a natural thing, the witnessing is natural. Now you getting? In the beginning, self-remembrance is also a doing, a effort, and very subtle effort, very arduous effort. But if you succeed, then there is a natural witness. Then you have not to remember. It is like it becomes a instinctive thing. It goes in the deeper center and function. Now I have not to remember myself again and again. Do you think I am remembering all the moment? Once you know your true nature, the story is over. There is no need to keep alert all the time. But if you like, you can. Like Osho, like Ramana Maharishi. Ramana Maharishi is sitting silently and looking in the void, nowhere. Looking nothing. Looking but nothing. Unfocused. In this way, all the time, he keeps the self-remembrance. But his self-remembrance is inside. Osho does it very differently. He keeps his remembrance out and in. When he walks, he knows it. He is aware of it. He uses that awareness. He remains aware. There are different approaches. Now I am totally different. I don't keep any awareness. Once awareness is there, to me, it is tiring to keep all the time. For what? When I know my true nature, I know my true nature. That's all finished. If you know that you are a man, the story is finished. If you know you are a woman, the story is finished. There is no need to go to doctor to check it or to find some proof. That is why I told that day that even I accept unconsciousness. Not that in natural awareness remain. And sometime if it is not, it is not. So what? It is not sometime. But the moment you just remember it is there. It cannot go anywhere. It is here, now. So sometime you can afford to forget. Why not? Hmm? You are clear now? For sure? Huh? Yeah.
Swamiji, I find that when I'm
aware, and it is happening last few days, my breathing stops. And when I'm aware that the breathing has stopped, and I get a little worried, and I come out of it, and then go back into it. This happens when I'm sitting, or doing, not during exercises, or but just outside.
Let it stop. Let the story be finished. With the movement of breathing, thoughts move. When there is a, basically to say I am aware is not good. When you are aware, you are not. When you are, awareness is not. Technically, just watch it. When there is awareness, where are you? Nowhere. You have disappeared. That is why the awareness is there. When God is, you are not. When you are, God is not. And God and awareness equal to each other. So when breathing stops, actually it does not stop. Our habitual thing is not there as before. It has become subtle. It has become slow. It cannot stop. In Samadhi, it stops sometime. But nothing is wrong. If it stops, nothing is wrong. Just be aware, enjoy. And don't worry. Don't worry. One day it is going to stop. Then why not in meditation? That will be good. तो ध्यान के लिए तैयार हो जाएं। 10 minute break.